Perfect. So, hi, it's Ben Mirafighted. Delighted to be joined by Liam Reardon. Liam, how you doing?
Very well, mate. Very well. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. So obviously I'm here to talk about boxing. Obviously, I want to start by almost coming from the very beginning. Obviously, it's a new thing for you, or well, I don't know if it is a new thing for you, but where did this kind of come from? This whole wanting to get in the boxing ring?
Um, well, I started boxing when I was about 13. Just doing it as a bit of a hobby, and I loved it. I loved the fitness of it. I always played football as well growing up. I wasn't too good at football, mind, but I still played. Um, but yeah, and time went on. There, I just carried on playing. I was dipping in and out of boxing. Um, I was going to go for it when I was about 16, start fighting, but I left school and I just, started doing other things then, so I didn't really prioritize it. And then before COVID happened, I was planning on, really going for it then. And, I wanted to start fighting, and then yeah, COVID happened. So obviously all the amateur bouts were off, and then I ended up going on Love Island then. So yeah, the past like 2 years have been pretty busy, but and I've been really taking it serious now. Since coming off the show, I moved to Essex, and I started with Kevin Mitchell in the Matchroom gym. Started training with Kevin, and yeah, he seemed to think I should go for it, and I just want to do it. I've always said I don't want to be, in my 30s wishing I went for it, and it's too late there. So yeah, I want to strike my iron target and go for it now. And obviously you got the Misfits, which is been set up, and other ones which are quite similar. And it's a perfect opportunity, really.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to you a bit about obviously your training. How good is that for you to have? You said there, kind of, he's told you to go for it. How good is that to have the backing of obviously such a famous gym almost in the UK?
Yeah, it's surreal, and getting used to it now. But when I first walked in, I remember following Kev when I was like 13 years of age. I used to follow him. He had a great career, and all of a sudden, then I spoke to Joe Cordina, and I spoke to Joe. Obviously, he trains in a matching gym, and he said, "Look, Kev's. You can start with Kev." So I went and started training with Kev, and he was like, "Look, you could fight. You're good, and if it's something you want to do, then you should go for it." And as time went on, then I've been with Kev for about 18 months now, and we've gone closer bond, and my skills have improved a lot. Training under Kev, and yeah, he seems to think I should go for it, and all the boys in the gym seem like I should as well. So having a backup as well, like off Joe, Felix Cash, some big names there, John Ryder, and so it's really backing and good.
Yeah. I was going to say, literally, funny enough, my next question was going to be about Joe. How great is it training, obviously, because he was a world champion. Obviously, it got taken off him. How great is it training alongside, like, basically a world champion?
Unbelievable, unbelievable. And what it is, well, because we're both from Wales, we got that that Welsh sort of bond as well. We're all in the Essex gym. The boys are from London, Essex. We're both from Wales, and just seeing him, the way he won in Cardiff last time for the world title was unbelievable. We're winning with a knockout in round two. Obviously, the belt got taken off him, which is unfortunate. But look, I have no doubt he'll win the belt back in similar style. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was actually with him yesterday and just seeing him train, and not just Joe as well. Seeing all the boys train. There's some big fights coming out of that Matchroom gym this year. You've got John Ryder just been announced now, and it's great news. And John's a cracking guy, real nice guy, and yes, exciting news coming.
Yeah. So have you had like a chance to spar any of them? Because obviously I know there's some great talents down there. Have you managed to get in the ring with any of them?
No, I haven't spotted any of them yet. I say yet, and I'd like to someday. You've got a couple of bigger guys there. You've got like Craig Richards, Dempsey, Jordan. Jordan just, he signed with, he's training under Tony Sims now. And yeah, there's some of the bigger lads, and I could learn so much off them. I could learn a lot off all of them, but yes, in the future, I'd like to do a bit of sparring with them. But for now, maybe not there yet.
Yeah. So obviously it's quite an exciting time for yourself because obviously there could be a lot on the table for you. Obviously you could go down the traditional boxing route, but as you mentioned earlier on about the misfits, that whole kind of world, is that the route you think you want to take? The misfits, kind of the influencer boxing route?
Yes, I'd like to go for that now. But like, I love boxing, and I would like to go the traditional route. But it's quite difficult with the industry I'm in now to go down that route. You know, I feel like the opportunity is there with the likes of Misfits. If I can get in there, prove myself, do really well, get my foot in the door, you know, it could lead to other things. I'm only 23, so you know, who's to say when I'm 27, if things really keep going well, and you know, people really take me seriously, and you know, I'm proving that I can fight and improve a lot as well. Then it could lead to something more seriously, you know, and sign with the likes of Matchroom Boxing, you know, people, you know, that's the plan eventually if
Yeah.
things go well.
So obviously, this Misfits is kind of taking the world by storm. It's like some of the cards have just been like quite entertaining, to be honest. Like, what do you make of the whole thing? And is that an environment you see yourself kind of performing in and doing well in?
Yeah, you know, some of the guys, you know, you got some skilled fighters on there, some not so skilled, but you know, they for their lack of skills they bring with entertainment. You know, they some of the guys are really confident and they put on a show. So you know, I got to respect them for that. And yeah, I think the level of competition will go up. You know, I think they'll sign new fighters, you know, who want to fight on there, who actually can fight. You know, so I think it'll be some guys who you know not you know decent level fighters. Then you have some boys then who can fight. And I think as time will go on, a lot of people will take it a lot more seriously as well.
Yeah. So you may not want to tell me this just yet, but is there any kind of official talks, like offers on the table as of yet, or is it just kind of waiting to see what happens?
Look, at the moment, I'm waiting to see what happens. You know, I keep saying it, you know, until I fight and prove myself, you know, I'm in no position really to call someone out, and because I have no right to yet, I haven't proved myself to anyone. So until I do that, it's difficult for me to call people. And yeah, I just need to get in there and get a feel for it, and you know, whoever they put in front of me, you know, I'll do my best, and I think that'll be enough. And you know, and yeah, I think that you know, whoever they put in front of me, I'll be able to take care of them.
Yeah. So just last couple for me from Liam. Thank you for your time. I wanted to
That's
ask you
fine.
a bit about kind of what fighters kind of growing up. Obviously, you said there you boxed from quite a young age. What other fighters in the professional ranks kind of inspired you, and who are your kind of favourite fighters from over the years?
Growing up, I really liked Thomas Hearns. My dad used to show put the videos on the Marvelous Four. Was it the Marvelous Four? Yeah.
Yeah.
The videos, you know, the old thick videos, not DVDs, like, and we put them on. We watched them fighting, and you know, I just fell in love with them there. And when I was younger as well, I was very lanky and skinny, like Thomas Hearns was. So I thought, yeah, maybe I'll be someone like that one day. But yeah, I loved him. Joe Calzaghe, you know, a massive fan of Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis. Um, who else? We got to rate Floyd Mayweather. You know, the guy's had a impeccable career, and I know people are criticizing him now for having these celebrity fights and all that, but the guy's proved himself in the boxing world, and you know, if he wants to go out to have paydays off a sparring session, you know, then it's up to him. You know, he's doing what he's doing, and you know, he's a legend. You know, and he's one of the best ever. But yeah, there's so many boxers I look up to, but the ones I mentioned are, you know, probably some of my favorite.
Yeah. So just obviously a last one. You mentioned John Ryder. Obviously, what a fight for him against Canelo. Have you had a chance to talk to him before he kind of jetted off to America? And kind of how exciting is that for him to step in there with one of the best at the moment?
It's just like that's like the pinnacle now, isn't it? You know, Canelo has done so well in his career, and John deserves this shot. And you know, I believe John will put up he'll put a real good fight to Canelo. Um, you know, I spoke to him, I think it was last week, and at this point, it was happening. I think they were waiting for Canelo to, sign the contract, so it hadn't yet been announced. But yeah, now it's been announced. You can just, you know, it's all signed, sealed, and it's done. You know, and he's going to be very excited. But yeah, I actually messaged him yesterday, you know, congratulating him, and yeah, I just can't wait for it. You know, and if I get the opportunity to go out there, then I definitely will. But yeah, it's going to be a great fight.
Yeah. Oh, and sorry, one more last big fight. Obviously, Conor Benn is down there, and he's been linked with a fight with Manny Pacquiao. Have you had a chance to speak to him since you've been at the gym? And kind of, again, that's another big fight.
That's a big fight. Yeah, it would be a huge fight. I think right now Conor just, you know, he's back out there, and he just wants to fight, and he fight whoever you know they put in front of him. And you know, I think Conor got a great talent. You know, he's had hiccup, a bit of a speed bump in his career at the moment. But I think 1 or 2 fights now, he'll be back, and he'll be back to usual ways of winning. And people will be back excited to see him again. Like I said, I think he wants a big fight to come back to now. Someone like Manny Pacquiao will be a massive fight. But I think whoever they put in front of him, he's happy to get back out there and fight.
Yeah. So thank you so much for your time. Just the last thing from me. When are we kind of expecting to see you out in the ring?
Hopefully, May time or anytime this summer. Anytime this summer. There's a card on in May. If I can get on the May one, then great. But the one after that or anyone after that, I'd be happy to get on.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Liam. And good luck.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you.